Hello. Recently, I've become a mentor to a lot of new families of children with disabilities. For me, my passion is to help make the path easier for these children. I grew up in the Weymouth public school system, and I happen to have a mother who is a teacher for 35 years and a sister who's currently studying administration, and she's an English teacher. I'm here today to share some of my insights about how you can make accommodations in your classroom so people of all abilities can succeed. A huge problem in today's society is that people are afraid to admit that they have differences, especially if they're internal differences. People just want to fit in, especially young children and students, because they fear being made fun of. For me, growing up alongside my average height peers, some who were a lot taller than me, I was never able to hide my difference in school. However, I've always been able to prove to people that I need very few accommodations. There are only 30,000 little people living with dwarfism in the United States. This is equivalent to the amount of people who attend University of Massachusetts Amherst. That's not a lot of people for the entire country. So that means that most of you in this room today may have never seen a little person before me. It also means that a lot of you may never have a little person in your class for your entire career. However, you will have a student with some type of different ability in your class at some point, and probably multiple times. I want to prove to everyone that you really don't have to make unnecessary accommodations. It's important to ask the students what accommodations they need and give them the freedom to express what they need done. One way to do this is bringing them aside when the other class isn't around so they can communicate with you exactly what they need to make it a more comfortable experience in the classroom. Another way to make students of different abilities feel welcome is to let the other students know, the other students who seem to have fewer disabilities in the classroom, let them know about these disabilities and create an inclusive environment so everyone can connect and learn together. It's possible for everyone to learn and grow together because there isn't a right recipe or path for someone to succeed. Everyone can succeed differently. I encourage people to create an inclusive system, whether it's in the classroom or in the entire school, that will allow these students to feel more welcome. If a program doesn't already exist, I encourage everyone to create a program within their school system. This will allow people to feel more comfortable and welcome. As far as my accommodations growing up went, in elementary school we had some lowered railings because I was a lot shorter than the rest of the students and I needed to be able to get up the stairs. I had a stool that was around the toilet in one of the bathrooms, and that made it easier for me to get up on the seat. And then I grew taller and those accommodations were no longer needed. When I got to high school, I only needed a bathroom pass for times where I had to go and I didn't have time to tell the teacher. And then I had untimed tests because my fingers are a lot shorter than your average person, and it took me a little bit longer to write. Another solution to this could have been having a computer in the classroom that would allow me to type when it came to test time. The last accommodation I had was an extra set of books in all of my classes. I had major back surgery during 10th grade, and I needed to ease the pressure on my back by carrying as few things as possible. These were simple accommodations that I only needed to make things a little bit easier. I encourage everyone to ask questions before making assumptions. You'll be surprised how few accommodations people who look like they struggle may need in order to succeed in the classroom. It's important for you to create a positive image to all your students in all of your classes. They need to know that they can accomplish anything in life, and there's no right way to accomplish or go after what they want to. My mom waited a year more before she was ready to retire in order to have a little person in her classroom, because this little person did not know what to expect as she was entering middle school. This brings up a point where I feel that if all of you know people with different abilities, it's possible for you to ask them if they would consider being a mentor to a student who may have a similar ability or other ability in your classroom. This will allow people to understand that there are adults who are like them. There's one story that I like to tell a lot of people. Someone was on a call with this boy who happens to be deaf, so there must have been a translator on the call. But someone asked him what he wanted to be when he grew up. And he said, "I didn't know that deaf people became adults." And this has always stuck with me because I think it's important for students to have role models and for them to find people who are like them so they know that things are possible for them. I want everyone to build a level of trust in their classrooms so their students feel comfortable. And they need to feel comfortable being vulnerable and sharing what's going on in their lives, which may have a lot to do with their behavior in the classroom. It's important to understand the needs of the student who may be acting up as much as the student who is on their best behavior every day. No matter what's happening at someone's house, it's important for them to have a positive self-image in the school environment. And it doesn't matter what walk of life they come from. I've always believed and truly believe that anything's possible for anyone, and everyone deserves to be treated the way that you would want to be treated in return. Thank you for letting me share my insights with you.